strongest, toughest men on earth. No women in the crowd, which is nice. But these are the toughest men on earth, and it's tremendous pressure.
UFC Freedom 250.
Look at that face. I mean, if they were to draw a caricature of somebody living their absolute best life next to the president at the White House, watching an 11 fighter jet fly over as Zach Brown is singing the national anthem. 90,000 people are in a park across the street. Was this the greatest moment outside of obviously family? Is this the greatest moment of your life? And in this moment, what is going through your mind that made you react this way?
Yeah, before this, the biggest, thing in my career had been going through COVID. This is by far and away, it was really something special.
Where Dana White said this, and
I love this country, and this event was for America's 250th birthday. There was no political agenda for this event or anything like that. They could have had anything. They could have put any kind of type of performance on. And the fact that he trusted me to do this and to deliver tonight, and we did. And
he claimed it wasn't a political event. How could he?
This is your way of celebrating America. The White House did it much differently with the UFC fight. What did you think about that?
I know. We have to kind of.
It was a travesty. Yeah. What else can you say about it? It was embarrassing. I was embarrassed to be an American. Yeah.
One should not be surprised that Larry David despised seeing this. He has taken his shots in the past, where he's donned a MAGA cap in one episode to get out of a lunch that he never wanted to attend, and even get out of a fight caused by road rage with an alleged racist.
Obviously, a big part of this show is the MAGA hat.
For the first show, yeah.
Right. There are people that wear the MAGA hat and like what the MAGA hat represents. Are you afraid about alienating them? They could be fans of the show.
Alienate yourselves. Yeah. Go and alienate. You have my blessing. No, I could give a
Then he would tell CNN,
you can't go a day without thinking about what he's done to this country, because he's such a little baby that he's thrown 250 years of democracy out the window by not accepting the results of an. It's so crazy. He's such a sociopath. He's so insane. He just couldn't admit to losing. And we know he lost. He knows he lost. And look how he's fooled everybody. He's convinced all these people that he didn't lose. He's such a sick man. He's so sick. Anyway, no, it hasn't impacted me at all.
When Bill Maher wined and dined with, hey, wait a minute, is that Dana White? It is. Oh, plus pro-pedo rocker Kid Rock, and, of course, the POTUS himself. Well, David went scorched earth. He titled his op-ed for the New York Times, My Dinner with Adolf, mocking Maher. He wrote in part, imagine my surprise when in the spring of 1939, a letter arrived at my house inviting me to dinner at the old chancellery with the world's most reviled man, Adolf Hitler. I had been a vocal critic of his on the radio from the beginning, pretty much predicting everything he was going to do on the road to dictatorship. I knew I couldn't change his views, David wrote, but we need to talk to the other side, even if it has invaded and annexed other countries and committed unspeakable crimes against humanity. When I tell you that Bill Maher was really in his feels, he was knee-deep in it, and he could not let it go.
But I'm an adult, and in the real world, there's some people you just can't stop talking to, like your spouse or partner after a bad fight, tempting as that is, like your boss, like your family, and like the President of the United States. This is so childish, so purely emotional. The people who got all butthurt because I had dinner with them, because he's Hitler. Except he's not. So unhelpful and dumb. Trump is the most supportive president Israel and the Jews ever had. Every year I used to ask Larry David to do real time, and he'd always say, Bill, I can't. I'm not smart enough about politics to do your show. Yeah, I get that now. Because there is no argument here. There's just the sugar rush that the no contact people get from never coming in second in a I hate Trump the most contest. Really? That's your strategy, to go full high school and tell the guy with all the power he can't sit with you at the lunch table?
Furthermore, as we learn of Larry David's politics,
it's war between two legends, comedian Larry David and legal eagle Alan Dershowitz. The two former friends ran into each other on vacation on Martha's Vineyard. It happened at a quaint general store.
Larry came over and I said hello, and he said nothing, and I said, can't we talk? He said, no, you're disgusting. And he just continued to yell and scream at me. His face got red. I thought he was going to have a stroke.
Dershowitz says he was taken aback by the verbal barrage.
So am I surprised he would hate UFC Freedom 250? No, not in the slightest. Meanwhile,
hey Tim, do you think you should apologize to Denton Loudermill, that guy that you accused of being a mass shooter? I think he wants to left it up for 4 days, Tim, and never apologized to the guy. Why didn't you apologize to that guy? It's such an easy thing to do. Just apologize to the man.
You know, your mother told me, allegedly, that you were the second biggest disappointment in her life.
Republican Tim Burchett of Knoxville, Tennessee, a despicable man that we have featured on this very channel, would tweet the following. Hey Larry, I guess you missed the drag show Joe Biden put on. You know, the same Tim Burchett, after there was an unfortunate shooting at the Kansas City Chiefs' victory parade, he tweeted out a photo of someone who was wrongfully arrested. He called them an illegal alien, put up their photo on his Twitter, and basically made him out to be the guilty party. He's innocent, and he is suing Burchett. Again, a diabolical person would do something like this, but he did. He didn't care, and I'm glad he's getting sued. So hey, yeah, I guess we did miss the drag show. And even if there was one, what really gets me is the fact that you are enslaved to a man that puts on orange makeup every single day. I don't think you have a leg to stand on here with this tweet at all. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.